I've spoken with David Fravor on this podcast. I really like him as a person. He's a fun guy, but also he's gotten a chance to. He's described his account of having experience with what he and others now term the Tic Tac UFO.
Mhm.
What do you think of that particular sighting, which has captivated the imagination of many, in particular because there's been videos released of it,
Yes.
of these UFOs? But I find the videos to be way too blurry and grainy to be of interest to me. Personally, to me, the most fascinating thing is the first person account from David and others about that experience. But what are your thoughts?
Those videos have been out for a while, actually, I think in the mid 2000s they were out. But what you have is kind of like this corroboration from a group and also the New York Times involvement in 2017. My opinion about the Tic Tacs is that first, I believe the people who have had the experiences. I know some of them, like, some of the radar people and things like that. They saw them. And I don't believe they're making it up. Okay. I do think that this is being used as a spin. Okay. And I'm just going to say that. And the reason I think that is because at the time it was released, I was still in touch with many people who were among the UFO Fight Club. And so they had intimate knowledge of these things. And the first thing they said was, we have satellites that can read the news on your phone when you're reading it. So we've got better footage than this, and this is not good footage at all. Therefore, they believe that it was authentic footage that had been doctored up. Now, why? I don't know why. So I honestly don't know if it's accurate or not. I mean, I believe the people, absolutely, but was this something out there to fool these people? Perhaps, I don't know. Is it spun? The people who I know who are part of the UFO Fight Club believed it was real, okay, and said, this is badly done, but real, okay?
I see, but so there's some kind of, when you say spinning, there's some parties involved that
There's
are trying to leverage it
for funds, probably.
For funds, for financial interest.
Yeah, I think so.
Nevertheless, it has inspired a conversation and just a lot of people in the world that there's something mysterious out there that we're not fully informed about.
And I was certainly grateful that the New York Times ran the story right before my book came out.
Well, see, but there's the financial interest that, to me, as a person who doesn't give a damn about money, actually, I don't like money, is except for when it's used in the context of a company to build cool things. But like personally, I don't know. I find the financial interest side off-putting, especially when we're talking about the exploration of some of the most, like, money is a silly creation of human beings.
I agree.
And it's used to provide temporary, like, the unfortunate thing with money is that it helps you buy things that too easily allow you to forget the important things in life, and also to forget the difficult aspects of life, to do the difficult intellectual work of being cognizant of your mortality, of like fully engaging in life, in a life of reason too, of thinking deeply about the world, all those kinds of things. If you get like a nice car or something like that, and just like, I don't know, all the different things you could do with money, it can make you forget that. Anyway, there's a long way to say that, yes, it's very nice that it coincided nicely with the book, but also like I said, I think it inspired quite a lot of people that, maybe there's a lot of things out there that we're, like, it reminded a lot of people there's things out there we don't know about.
Lex, I can agree with you on that. But can I push back on two things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. The first one is that I was happy to receive money from the book because of the New York Times article. That's absolutely false. Right. So I published my book with Oxford, which is an academic press, and you don't get paid with an academic press. Okay. So money was not it for me. What it was recognition that my research was being validated. So, because then people called me and said, whoa, maybe it's more than interesting. Okay. And they did. Okay. The other thing about money is, just as you say that, now I agree with you, I'm upset about money too. I think there should be universal health care, a universal income. I don't think people should be in poverty, especially because we are so wealthy as a species, frankly. Okay, that said, think about this. If you don't have money, you can't have a life of the mind either, right?
100%. So I'm not espousing that like money is the devil. I just think that money can be a drug, or I would compare it to like food or something like that, where like you really should have enough to nourish yourself.
Yes.
Right. And
too much
too much can be a huge problem. So that's where I come from with money. And I'm just aware I'm fortunate enough to have the skills and the health to be able to earn a living in whatever way like I wish, of having being in the United States and being able to speak English. So at the very least I could work at McDonald's. And my standards are, I made a mistake. I told Joe Rogan that I've always had FU money, and people are like, "Oh, Lex was always rich." No. I was always broke. What I mean by I've always had FU money is my standard of what it takes to have FU is always very little. I'm just happy with very little. But yes, it's true that money for many people, and including for myself, it's just a different level for different people, is freedom.
Yes, absolutely.
Freedom to think, freedom to pursue your passions. It just so happens I am very fortunate that many of my passions often come with a salary if I wished.
Right.
So like, everything, like I love programming. So even just like working as a like basic level software engineer will be a source of a lot of joy for me. And that happens in this modern world to come with a salary. Yeah. So yeah. Is definitely true. I just mean that it can become a dangerous drug. So I'm glad you are in this pursuit that you are in for the love of knowledge, and but it's true.
Yeah. So
people should definitely buy your book.
I won't be making money off of it.
Oh yeah, this rocks. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe my next book.
Yes. Your sense is there's some groups of people that may be trying to leverage this for financial gains.
And probably good financial. I mean, they may have good reasons for this too. Like, okay, let's take the study of UFOs. Okay, maybe many people in government that decide who dole out the money, let's put it that way, they think UFOs aren't real. So they're not going to give these programs money. So how do these programs make money? They're going to have to find a way to do it. So maybe that's how they do it. Okay, so that's
fascinating. This is a way to raise money for
doing the research. I think so.